and learn what you have learned.
Use the Force, Luke.
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
How rude! Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Bulky religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
So one day you're still alive.
Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, Jedi, Sith, Twi'leks, Mandalorians, and whatever younglings survived Order 66, to another exciting, fantastic, thrilling edition of the new Force Order
For life.
podcast. It's a Star Wars podcast brought to you by us. Three of the scruffiest, sexiest, smartest nerf herders in a galaxy far, far away, aka the fans. And we are delivering it to you, the fans. I am 1/3 of your hosts. I am a professional wrestler who is currently the heavyweight champion in a galaxy far, far away, and also a heavyweight champion in 3 different promotions at the same time. I am your boy, GGP, aka Greek God Papadon.
Bow to the Greek God.
And alongside with me, I have the honor of riding the parsecs with a witty, pretty, kung fu grip, thunder stealing medical droid, and a malicious, sadistic, vindictive, the necessary evil of the NFO, Sith Lord. Boys, let them know who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Dark Lord of the podcast, the Sith Ari, the Rampaging Reverend Kiss, the Butcher. I'm also wearing the beautiful colors of red and white of the greatest soccer team to ever exist, in honor of our faithful listener, Demetrius Soulos. This is for you, buddy.
What's the name of the team?
Olympiacos. No need to bring up his team. They're fucking trash. Ladies and gentlemen,
we gotta give the Jobbers credit. What's the Jobbers team name?
The Jobbers team name is Fudge Pauk. Fouch Pauk. Yeah, you know. No, it's Pauk. They're fucking gay. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen.
Not that there's anything wrong with that in 2020. But anyway.
Well, you know, I agree with you. There's nothing wrong with that. You do have to be careful with fucking E. coli and a few other things if you're gonna, you gotta be clean down there. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I am the Butcher, your boy Spiro, aka Darth Spiridon.
And I am smarter than 2-1B, more technical than FX7, the god of Steel and Thunder. And the man who, by the time you hear this, will have had someone tinkering around near his lightsaber and probe droids, Dr. Destroyo, Alex Arroyo.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that just means I'm getting surgery on Friday on my hernia, so please, thoughts and prayers, everybody.
It's okay. He'll be wearing a diaper before he goes to the surgery. They'll throw him in the back of the tank. They'll fix him up. He'll be good as new. He'll be stealing everyone's thunder in the hospital with a smile on his face and a tear in his eye.
With a tear in my eye. This is the greatest moment in my life.
I'm gonna do the Austin gimmick and the McMahon gimmick
with the bedpan. Shot on, come here. Dong.
I'll take it from here, nurse.
Looks just fine to me. How about you, doctor?
Oh, I'll take it from here, nurse. How about your foot?
Very nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, another week has passed. Another week has showed up at our doorstep, and not much news has come out this week. But we'll try to make chicken salad out of chicken shit like we always do.
We'll try to make soup salad out of soup shit.
Gyro,
in the words of
gyro turd out of fucking salad shit. Twice on shame. Something.
there we go.
Yeah.
With some parsley on the slide and a nice little twist of lemon, we'll be good to go.
There
But
you
in actuality,
Wait. Before we move on, I just want to recognize the numerical significance of tonight's episode.
I was going down that path, and he just had to snatch it up. Go ahead,
Sorry,
Doc.
Tonight's episode is none other than episode 66.
Ooh.
Not 69. That's coming up in 3 weeks, but 66.
Hold on a second. What is the relevancy of 66? I don't get it. Is that when Spock died and him and Kirk were holding hands by the glass?
No, actually, that's when Buck Rogers met Twiggy, and then they met Thelma
It's Twinkie.
in the bathroom. Twinkie, fucking, the fucking droid that looks like a dick and shit,
I actually think it's when Ripley first figured out that one of her compatriots on the ship was infected.
Compatriots? Is that Brooklynese again?
Compatriots.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Doc is referring to is none other than the NFO's finishing maneuver, Order 66.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
And Doc is still not looking in the goddamn camera. He lost the time cue for that sound bite. You are a piece of Banta turd. Swear to Christ. Be professional, goddammit. It's bad enough you show up wearing a Soundgarden shirt. Who wears a Soundgarden shirt in 2020? Next you know you're going to be wearing Nickelback shirts. Get out of here.
Look at this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
It's a picture of Papa Don's ass.
I'll sell it for you for $10 signed at the merch table, baby. Yeah. Anyhow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this show has totally fallen off the goddamn rails. We have the Force Ghost knocking over shit in Spiro's house. We have Doc stroking Hank's shaft over there in Brooklyn, talking all this Brooklynese nonsense. I have lost my mind. So, with all that being said, let's move on.
Yo, there was some sort of a detonation here outside.
With your beans?
Did you fart?
I don't know what the fuck that shit was, but I mean, hours ago there was some fucking people in the streets doing shit. I don't know.
So look, listen, I think it's time we set it off, and we're gonna set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. Set it off.
Set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. I suggest y'all set it off. 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 Set it off on the left, y'all. Set it off on the right, y'all. Set it off. Set it off. Come on, let's set it off. Set it off.
You bust my balls about my Soundgarden shirt.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough horsing around. We are going to touch base on some topics regarding a galaxy far, far away. So moving forward, some news has dropped. Unfortunately, people were worried. They were worried that the Kenobi show was going to be canceled. I don't know which. Listen, it was like millions of voices just cried out in agony and just disappeared.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
But in actuality, I don't know which jackass started this rumor, but when the chips are down, our homegirl, not Holly Garland, not Rose Tico, Holly Garland. First off, let me give you a shout out to Holly Garland. She's the first lady of the NFO, the Sithstress, according to Doc. She's the dark Sith queen of the NFO. So, moving on, the lady I'm talking about is none other than the woman who loves action And now, Redman, time for some action.
Okay, what we're going to do here today, Redman, is we're going to bring some of that unnecessary anger out your system. Focus your mind. Focus your mind.
It's time for some action. It's time for some action. It's time for some action. Come on. It's time for some action. It's time for some action. It's time for some action.
Jenna Jameson?
No, not that chick. But Deborah Chow. Now, Deborah Chow is one of the directors from The Mandalorian. She directed some kick-ass episodes. She says she loves action films, bragging about how she wasted 7,000 rounds of ammunition in 3 days of shooting. She almost ran out and gave Sparrow a little tinkle in his taint with that sentence. But she stepped up, and according to comicbook.com, she stated that The Mandalorian is indeed moving forward and in production. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Thank you, Doc. Kenobi is indeed moving forward and is in production right now as we speak. So originally it was going to be not filming, but pre-production. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Rewrites. And,
I got excited.
People were afraid that it was going to be dropped, but the 6-episode series that's supposed to take place between episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and episode 4, New Hope, it follows Kenobi on Tatooine. We don't know if there's going to be 6 episodes. That's the alleged number. It could be 8, could be 10. Regardless of all that, the reason why all this nonsense has transpired is because first, it got pushed back.
Coronavirus.
Well, that's the thing. It got pushed back previously to the coronavirus because they started rewriting scripts and rewriting the storyline. Now, rumors has it that the original scripts didn't have Kenobi in it until the last episode, which would have sucked. So if they are changing it and those are true, thank the maker.
Thank the maker.
Moving forward, she stepped up and she says that's not the case. Even in January, this is how far back it goes, the beginning of the year, before the coronavirus. But stuff has halted because of the coronavirus as well. Ewan McGregor stepped up and he said that the reports of the creative differences is bullshit, saying the series shooting started was pushed back from August to January 2021. It's not nearly as dramatic as it sounds online, Gregor told the press.
Shocking. When
he was promoting Harley Quinn. The scripts are really good. I saw 90% of the writing and I really liked it. All that bullshit about creative differences and all that stuff, none of it is true. This is his quote, verbatim. We just pushed the dates. Last episode, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker came out. Everyone had more time to read the stuff, had been written, and they felt that they wanted to do more work on it. He also added that he did not expect the later shooting to start due to the delay because of the coronavirus.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
So they're looking to basically keep, as soon as they get the green light, they're going to be rocking and rolling as scheduled. So to all those people out there who like printing clickbait material and false information, we got 2 words for you.
Fuck you.
I was going to say, suck it.
And if you're not down with that, then we've just got 2 words for you. Suck it.
And they can suck it, but fuck them too. I mean, listen, man, you know, when you're talking about, for all you people out there that like to print clickbait material, I think that we're talking about like 98% of the websites and the newspapers and the podcasts and the fucking porn mags and all that shit, bro. Okay,
Hustlers printing fake news.
Yeah, a lot of fake fucking news, you know. But listen, man, I'm fucking glad to hear. I hope this is all factual. I'm fucking glad to hear that everything's good, everything's going forward, you know, everything's copacetic. But fuck all the fake news motherfuckers, man.
Listen, again, license to print money. Okay, with this whole Kenobi thing. I mean, who doesn't want to see Ewan reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi? Not anybody in the planet doesn't want to see that. So it needs to happen. It needs to happen now. I think this should be the next series that comes out after at Mandalorian season 2, because it makes sense. It's a known property. It's not an unknown property. It's a great spot for Disney to be going to, because everybody wants to see it. So let's fucking get moving.
I couldn't agree with you more. But some other news dropped as well that supposedly was brought to my attention as well by a fellow Star Wars fan. Shout out to Joshua Shibata out there. He listens to the podcast.
I love that
Fellow
guy's bread.
brother of the ring. Well played. Supposedly plot details from the new Rian Johnson, yes, Spiro's favorite director, and from Spiro's favorite movie, The Last Jedi. Some plot details has leaked. Now, listen, we don't bring clickbait material to the show. It's a slow news week. So this is what I'm going to tell you, people. This is from the website We Got This Covered, which has changed the name to We Just Make This Shit Up As We Go Along.com. So
I wish I had it covered.
Yeah, well.
Too late now.
So take this with a grain of salt. All right? Trust me. Take it with a grain of salt. Well, here it goes. Now, this is how you know it's one of those websites that say, we're the guys who brought you Palpatine's and Rey's connection. We're the same website that brought you Huck's twist in The Rise of Skywalker as a spy. So they're trying to validate themselves before they even drop the lead of the story. They try to let you know that they're not full of BS. But 9 out of 10 times, 9.9 out of 10 times, they are full of nonsense and BS. So again, take this with a grain of salt. The NFO never puts out clickbait material. Slow news week. We're just throwing this in the universe. If it's true and it sticks, great. If it's not, we gave you the fair warning. All right? So here it goes. From what we, meaning We Got This Covered, here, the plot will revolve around the Force-sensitive kid we saw at the end of The Last Jedi, a.k.a.
Broom.
Fucking janitor and shit. You know?
All right? The plot will revolve around the Force-sensitive kid we saw at the end of The Last Jedi and takes place long after The Rise of Skywalker. Now,
do you think the movie starts off like that scene in Half Baked where the guy quits from the chicken place and he goes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
That'd be dope. There are many Jedi in the galaxy, and Rey serves as a mentor to the aforementioned kid. Rey's own daughter, on the other hand, is the new master of the Sith, leading the equivalent of the Empire in that era. Of course, it'll probably be a while before we hear anything solid about Johnson's Star Wars trilogy, but this pitch certainly sounds in keeping with George Lucas's original vision for every narrative that succeeded his original one, where every story works like poetry and rhymes with the last one. So we have Rey being the teacher, or I guess the Grand Master of the Jedi, and being a mentor to all these Jedi who decided to sprout out in the universe years down the line. And her kid said, Mom, you weren't there for me. I needed a hug. Screw you. I'm going to the dark side. And joins the Sith. And is the leader of the Sith. So now we're going to have mom versus daughter. I don't know. So,
I don't know either.
I mean, what's your take on it, guys? Because I have a better story that just popped into my head, but what's your take?
You know what, man? I wouldn't mind seeing a female Sith Lord or a Sith lady. The fact that she would be Rey's daughter, it's cool. I don't know if Rey would even come back. I mean, Disney, I'm sure, can give her enough money to fucking change her mind. The Broom Boy, though, fuck him, man. I don't give 3 shits about him. You know, who fucking cares about a kid that fucking scrubs fucking bantha shit off the floor and then, you know, he finds his damn calling and he's got a lightsaber? Fuck him. I don't know, man. You know.
Listen, like the Ted DiBiase said, everybody got a price.
money. And everyone has a price for the $1 Million Man.
Listen, if the movie's about him scooping banta shit, I'll pay a couple bucks to see that.
He likes
but
that
otherwise,
stuff.
The German
I've heard
version.
that about him. Yeah.
Yeah, I did exactly. I saw a couple of those on that eFucked website. I know Spirit knows what I'm talking about. Papa
No, I don't.
Papa has no idea. Okay. Do we really have to drag this broom boy fucking bullshit back into this? Come on. Come on. Please no. Jesus. L. Ron Hubbard, please no.
Well, listen, my son, say 12 Hail Marys and you all will be forgiven. Well, I'm sorry, Doc. Say 2012 Hail Marys. I know what you've done in your past. You might be forgiven, but this Greek god will tell you what he knows. Absolutely nothing. So what I'm saying is...
As usual.
As usual. Exactly. This is just speculation. The theory that we touched base on last week, where Palpatine wanted her to strike him down, then he came full form, realized he doesn't need her, and she still struck him down, but slowly, and his spirit went in her body. So all the Sith are really in her, right? And she loved every inch of it. No, I'm kidding, right? And then, and she slowly but surely, Palpatine is taking over, possessing her. Not right away, where she can realize what's going on, and she executes herself to stop him in his tracks. But slowly and surely, she's turning more dark and dark to where she becomes the Dark Master, the Sith, unintentionally and involuntarily.
We're talking about Rey right now.
Rey, yeah. And we have her first student being
Broom Boy.
No, screw Broom Boy. Being Finn, and Finn fights Rey. And that's what it is. It's Finn versus Rey in the trilogy. Maybe 10 years.
But next thing, you know, you're gonna have people that in the Star Wars film protesting about the brutality, and then the fans are gonna be talking about, but that's racist, and why did the bad guy have to be a female, and why did she have to fucking hit Finn, who is black? Come on, man.
And now we have an intergender Star Wars fight. Come on.
Oh man, yeah, exactly.
New York State is still fucking not allowing men and women to wrestle against each other. That's hilarious.
Okay. You guys have any ideas? What would you guys do?
Listen, I think that's a great idea, but I think Spiro's on the same track where Disney's probably not going to make that happen. Hold on, let's take our belle of the ball in Rey, and then put her up against the most prominent black dude in Star Wars history, and have them fight each other.
Sorry, who actually masterfully and maybe unintentionally or intentionally just guaranteed himself to be in every film known to man by saying that he would probably, ruin his fucking career by saying fuck racist people and this and that. I mean, hey man, I'm a fan of John Boyega. I don't think he needs help being the fucking star he is, but if this causes him to be in more films, great. I mean, shit, man.
I applaud him for standing up. No, I applaud him for what he did, dude. He's a hero in a lot of people's eyes because he took a chance. He took a chance, bro. He said, yo, if this ruins my career, I don't care. I'm standing up for my beliefs. So shout out to John Boyega and kudos to you, my man. I wish more people were real like that in this world, and we wouldn't have a lot of this nonsense. But let's not get off topic and get all political because, politics, unfortunately, are not very favorite topic to a lot of the Star Wars fans. But you know what is a very good topic that Star Wars fans just love and salivate over? Baby Yoda.
Ooh. Baby Yoda. Let me ask you guys a question. Do either of you guys know what Baby Yoda's real name is?
Yeah, I think I do.
Take a guess. I got the answer.
It's Magnolia.
Magnolia?
Yeah.
Baby Magnolia Yoda.
How about you, Pop?
His real name is Debricashaw.
Listen, I don't have.
His last name is Friedlander.
Listen, I don't have proof, guys, but I gotta go with my gut. I think his name is Ryan Johnson. Straight up. No, but listen, man. There's a guy. I don't know if you fucking heard of this guy. His name is Sam Hargrave. Okay, He appears to be a
Hard dick?
longtime Marvel stunt. What's up?
Hard dick.
That's his nickname that his wife gave him. He's a longtime Marvel stunt coordinator, and he is a director of Netflix's Extraction. Extraction's a cool action film.
That was
if you
a
haven't seen
great
it,
movie.
check it out. Yes,
That's
it
with,
was.
what's his face? Chris Hemsworth. Right?
Yeah.
Thor, yeah. So he's actually working. He's actually working as a second unit director for The Mandalorian in season 2, and he made it known that apparently he knows what Baby Yoda's actual name is, his actual Christian name, if I'm allowed to say that. And I'm going to quote him here. He says, "Yes, I know the name of the child," Hargrave said. "I carry the secret. It's a very heavy burden." Yeah, I carry that too, buddy.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
So apparently, Baby Yoda.
That's because you're Greek, brother.
You know what's up.
You shoot out a half-pound of feta every time. Extra white sauce on the gyro, brother. Gish, gish, gish.
Dude, man, that shit, it reminds me of a bit by Andrew Dice Clay, but I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, so apparently he does have a name. Are we ever gonna know this? Are they ever gonna tell us? Is this something that you guys think might have an extra special meaning and they're saving it?
Well,
or do you think that they're just gonna be like, bring the child and they're gonna introduce him and they're gonna be like, "This is Bob," and it's not gonna mean shit.
This is Gary Coleman.
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Din Djarin?
Motherfucker.
Listen, Yoda originally had 2 names before they just cut it down to Yoda, right before Empire Strikes Back.
Harvey Yoda.
No, I think it was Finch Yoda.
That's terrible.
Wow.
And I think Finch will be the name of the species. I don't know what the child's name's gonna be.
Wait a minute. Did you just say that Finch was gonna be the name of the species?
Yeah.
They're gonna name it after a fucking bird that nobody gives a fuck about.
Hey, what can I tell you? I mean,
shit.
This is something I heard.
Finch lives matter. Okay.
Okay, but I don't know about the
NFO just
name.
got canceled.
Yes.
Sorry.
For never. Anyway, so I don't know. In actuality, they can call him Scuba Steve. They can call him anything. You know what I mean? I mean, they can even call him Sakul. What was George Lucas backwards? Sakul?
Sakul. You got it.
You know, it could be anything. We don't know. And the fact that we don't know is even better. So, to be honest with you, I wish they left the whole thing in mystery. That'd be awesome. And just have everyone guessing. But we'll see. Listen, in Filoni, I trust. You know what, Spiro? I don't know if we'll get sued doing this, but I think we should make that a t-shirt. In Filoni, I trust. With the NFL logo in the back or on the sleeve or something. You know what I mean?
You can have Dave Filoni's shadow going like this.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yo, could we since we just announced that, can we go out and just say it that if we catch on anybody else's website or YouTube channel a t-shirt that says in Filoni we trust, we will break your fucking legs. Okay? I don't give a fuck.
We're coming for you, sucker.
I don't give a fuck whatever a fucking pussiness we live in where we have to hug everybody and kiss everybody and make everybody feel nice, warm, and special. No. If you heard that we're gonna make this shirt and you turn around and go make this shirt, I will break your fucking legs. I'll smash your goddamn fucking face in. And I probably just cost us everything for doing this, but
look, it doesn't matter what you cost us. All I know is that you, my friend, are dropping gems and you're dropping little hints of reality to people, little Easter eggs, if you will. So you, my friend, are now going to be the Easter bunny of the NFO because you're delivering all the Easter eggs for everybody. So go ahead.
You know what, man? I almost regret not putting on this Easter bunny costume that my wife got for our Easter photo shoots.
Ooh, kinky.
I should have done that to present my next topic here. But anyways, all right. So Doc is gonna miss out on this wonderful list of Easter eggs here. More for us. Sorry, Doc. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
It's the OG NFL right here, the two-man crew.
Oh, Jizzy. So, the Rise of Skywalker supposedly was plastered with fucking Easter eggs. A lot of people missed them. I think I missed a few myself. I mean, according to this list, there were fucking plenty, and we're gonna run them down. If you think that they missed any, and you saw something that they missed, let us know. And the email for that is newforceorder@yahoo.com. All right, so here we go, right? So apparently the Sith Temple. Now, that wasn't one that was hard to miss, because as soon as Kylo Ren gets the fucking Exegol and he steps off his fucking ship, he walks straight towards this big triangular thing, a pyramid. That was a fucking Sith temple. You might have seen them in Star Wars Rebels. So I don't know how much of an Easter egg that is, but it's in there. Then we have Palpatine explaining his dark side powers. As you remember, back in the prequels, he did the same with fucking Anakin, right? He was explaining,
scene, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's when Palpatine gave him this fucking this explanation to Kylo Ren about how he's not dead, how he repeats the same line that he gave Anakin in that scene.
The dark side is the path to some abilities that may be unnatural.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
There you go. So again, Star Wars rhymes, it repeats itself, and apparently that qualifies as an Easter egg as well. Then if that's the case, the whole fucking saga is one big fucking Easter egg. The Return of Snoke.
Is it a Greek Orthodox Easter or a Catholic Easter? Which one?
Greek Orthodox Easter, the real Easter.
The correct Easter. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You're not aware that Jesus died on the cross for the sins of Greek people?
Only Greek people, that's it.
No, that's not true, because Greeks no commit any sins. We invented everything except sins. Sins were invented by the Turks.
By the Turkey.
Gamimeni Turkey. I'm kidding. Doc's like, what the hell am I going on?
Shit, bro.
It's all Greek to him.
I ate a gyro today, so I just want to let you guys know that, okay?
We just started a fucking war, man.
So every time you eat a gyro and you put that meat in your mouth, you're gonna think of Spiro myself?
100%, absolutely.
Yes.
It was a little shriveled and overdone too, so unfortunately, it was made by a bunch of Arabs, so it was even funnier.
Everything is going as foreseen.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
We also have the Return of Snoke. What that means, if you guys remember, a lot of people were fucking speculating, is Snoke a clone? And if he's a clone of who? Well, if you saw The Rise of Skywalker, yeah. Oh God, let's not go back there. Probably the worst fucking storyline ever. But
second.
Yeah. So what's the first?
The first worst, well, the Ben Reilly storyline, in my opinion, the second worst.
The Mary Jane Mephisto thing?
No, I don't even know that one.
Right.
The Doc Ock subliminally living in Peter Parker's mind and being superior Spider-Man.
That was
so
crap. Bad. No,
that was
actually
the suit was good. The suit looked cool. The actual fact that Doc Ock was stuck Spider-Man in his mind, and then later, a year later, well, okay, I'm leaving, and bounces, whack. Come on, corny.
It wasn't so terrible. And the best thing about it is that he got Peter his PhD while he was in his fucking head, which is hilarious.
Well, look,
isn't that awesome?
the best is when Stanley saw the 700th episode of I'm sorry, 700th issue of Amazing Spider-Man and that storyline. He threw the freaking. They showed a picture of him throwing the freaking thing in the garbage because it was trash. And if Stan Lee says it's trash, God rest his soul, it's trash.
He also grabbed a bunch of his nurses' asses before he died too. So, but
good for
God
him.
bless him. True American. America.
Good for him. So where were we, guys?
I don't know.
Yes,
Star Wars rhymes or something.
We're talking about clones.
Yeah, clones, right. So a lot of people speculated that Palpatine was a clone, but a clone of who? Some people actually thought he was a clone of fucking Mace Windu. Some thought he was a fucking clone of somebody's left nut. But very few actually speculated that he could possibly be a clone of none other than Palpatine.
She be Palps.
So, you know, listen, guys, GameSpot, I'm just going to go ahead and say it here from right now. I think GameSpot just needs to stick to video games because the articles that they write, if this is anything to fucking go by, they make no sense. How this can fucking be considered an Easter egg is beyond me. But there's some good stuff here, though. You know, let's not say it's a total waste. Tracking through light speed. A big plot point in The Last Jedi was the First Order's ability to track the Resistance fleet even after the fleet jumped to hyperspace. We didn't get much information on how active tracking worked, except that it was supposed to be difficult or impossible. The First Order apparently has spread the tech out quite a bit because we see TIE fighters track the Millennium Falcon through multiple jumps to light speed. You guys got anything to say about this?
When I read that line that you just read,
Yeah.
I went, "Oh yeah, that's right." When they were hyperspace jumping or light speed jumping in the beginning, skipping, these people
They were tracking.
They were tracking. They were following them. They're going down to hyperspace too. I was like, I didn't even pick that up. I was like, that's clever editing.
The return of clever editing. Rey's Jedi training. And this is something I think that all three of us actually pointed out. When we catch up with Rey, we find her working on her Jedi training near the new Resistance base. Like Luke, she's fighting flying orb-like remote droids that can shoot at her, while trying to maximize her connection to the Force by wearing a helmet with an opaque blast shield. Hey, quick question. The word Force, is it always fucking like capitalized and shit? I mean, is that like...
Yeah, it's the name. It's the name of the energy field that surrounds us. It penetrates us. It binds us together.
And the Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
Okay, so I guess it deserves that.
It's a noun. It's a
respect.
name. So it has to be, yeah.
All right, so
Hence the NFO. The F is Force. Get it? Capital Force.
Well, shit.
Double innuendo.
I just thought that we capitalized it because nobody brings the Force quite like the three of us, you know, in more ways than one.
That's what she said.
You're right.
Yes, sir. So it's
told her
almost
not to talk with her mouth full, and she goes, "I'm with Doc." I said, "Oh yeah, that's right."
as she's leaking all over the place, right? It's almost exactly the same. No, fuck this list. I can't.
I know, dude. You're struggling, bro. You're struggling. This show's gonna be like 7 hours long.
Oh,
Is
shit.
there anything on those bullet points that you like? Because to be honest, true, I agree with you 100%. These are just bullet points from the movie. They're not Easter eggs, man. I don't know why they even say, you know. But again, slow news week.
Let's see here. Leia, the Master. I mean, you know, everybody, again, you know, they're making a big deal of that tiny scene where she's training and all that shit, you know. Let's see here. What do we got? The sacred Jedi text, you know. Apparently she grabbed them from Luke before he actually burned down the fucking tree. The
Yeah,
40
but it's all shit that we knew. We knew all this nonsense.
This one's cool though. This one I like. Bro, sorry guys, but my fucking house apparently is haunted yet again.
What do you have, the
And
ghost of Colocotroni in your house?
the ghost
And
of
that's Zodiacos?
the ghost of Colopedo, and it's gonna be grounded for a very long fucking time. But listen to this one, and this one's cool, guys. You know, the 42-year festival on Pasana, Ray, Poe, and Finn find themselves hanging out at a big party the local people are throwing. As 3PO informs them, the festival only happens every 42 years. Now, this shit made me feel old after I finished reading it because of
That's
this.
how old Star Wars was when it came out.
Don't steal his goddamn thunder, Doc.
Sorry.
But that's exactly it, man. You know, it's been 42 years since A New Hope, guys. You know, and okay.
There's no hope on this show because Doc keeps stealing it. Fucking guy.
He steals our thunder and he steals our hope.
Yeah.
You know, then they
goddamn Puerto Ricans steal everything.
Rebellions were built upon hope.
Rebellions are built on hope. Rebellions are built on hope.
Then they touch on Lando Calrissian, the return of Lando, Chewie, old buddy. You know, it's like it's fucking GameStop, man. You know, GameStop has been making very bad business decisions lately, and they're trying to get into other things. I don't know how long they've been doing this, reporting on movies and stuff, but they need to fucking quit, bro.
Hey, anybody out there who works at GameStop in a store or a manager, get in touch with your headquarters. Get in touch with GameStop headquarters and let them know if they want to get ahead in the Star Wars department, hire the three of us to be the official Star Wars podcast for GameStop, and we'll bring in the numbers, and we'll definitely bring in the entertainment. But until then, keep doing what they're doing because they ain't doing it right, according to the necessary evil of the show.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're not over. And speaking about who's more over, we do a segment here on the new Force Order called Who is More Over. Now, I know what you're saying.
We do?
First-time listeners, yes, we do. You first-time listeners out there, you're looking back with your head tilted to the side going, oh, like your Scooby-Doo. Uh-oh. What does over mean? Shaggy? And then you go on in disarray, saying, I don't get this guy. Over. It doesn't make any sense. The sentence is incomplete. It's a run-on sentence. Look, it's very simple. I'm a professional wrestler. We incorporate wrestling lingo into this podcast. One of the wrestling lingos that we do, one of the words in the wrestling locker room is over. In the wrestling business. What does it mean? It means being popular with the fans. Okay? When you're a good guy in wrestling, you're a babyface. So when you're over as a babyface, the people, the fans, will pay an exuberant amount of Imperial credits to come see you kick the crap out of the villain. When you're the villain and you're popular for being a bad guy, you're known as a heel. So when you're the heel, people will pay an exuberant amount of Imperial credits to come see you get your ass kicked by the babyface. Now, what we do here on Star Wars is we compare two aspects from the Star Wars lore. May it be a person, may it be a place, may it be a thing, it doesn't matter. What we do is we put them into this contest and we see who's more over with you, the fans. But, wait for it, dramatic effect, pause. Who's more over with us, more importantly? So, Doc, enlighten the masses with who our contestants are this week.
This week, we looked at a battle between the two famous guards in the Star Wars universe. No, not the Royal Guards. No, not the Praetorian Guards. No, not Right Guard. No, not the Life Guard. Not, I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry.
The October Guard.
October. Oh, nice. A little G.I. Joe reference. I love it.
Yes, sir.
We looked at, in one corner, the Gamorrean Guard. cross between Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog from Jabba's Palace.
Kermit!
Versus the Magna Guard, which were General Grievous's protectors in Revenge of the Sith and through the Clone Wars.
We know you like to salivate over polls. So what did the polls say?
Okay, so we have 3 different polls that are up this week, and they both have interesting results. On the Facebook poll, the Magna Guard is over 75% to 25%.
Wow.
Which is interesting. On the Instagram poll, the Magna Guard is over 60% to 40%.
Wow.
Magna Guard. And on the Twitter poll, the Gamorrean Guard is over 56.
Gamorrean, you mean the Gamorrean?
Gamorrean. Again, well, I'm from the
Brooklynese.
I'm from the land of Gamorrea, which is close to gonorrhea. So the Gamorrean Guard is 56 to 44. So in reality, if you tally all those votes up, the Magna Guard is over this week at about 66 to 33.3333%.
It's a good victory. Interesting battle too, because on one side you got the guards named after a fucking STD, and on the other side you got guards named after extra large model or style of fucking condom. Interesting, you know?
Guard.
Yeah.
So here's some comments from the Facebook poll. Our buddies, John Enright. The Magna Guard is way more over. They proved effective, a trouble for the Jedi, and very durable. Good points. The Gamorrean Guard's name sounds like
Gamorrean, dude. Jesus Christ.
Sounds like an STD. And they were punked by Luke easy. They did nothing but look intimidating. Johnny Miller. I haven't seen the Gamorrean Guard really prove themselves in any way. Not with Bail Organa or Emperor Palpatine. No. Or Dagobah. I haven't seen them prove themselves in any way. Honestly, the only memory I have of them is Luke choking them out like Papa Vader. Magna Guards, on the other hand, were able to go toe-to-toe with the Jedi in their heyday. Peak form. Even if the MGs lost their head, they'd keep at it like a champ. Magna way over. That's our comments on the Facebook polls today.
All right, Spiro, we have anything on the website?
Guys, I want to save this.
Okay.
No, wait. Actually, no, man. What I wanted to save was something that you might have. I'm sure you'll read it later, but what do we have here? Actually, no, I got nothing.
All right. So let's go around the table and then we'll go to the fans. Because last week, folks, we got lost in the moment and we didn't tell you guys who we thought was more over from last week's competition between Hoth and the planet of Endor. So guess what? Tonight,
Fuck you. No, sorry.
Much to Doc's dismay, we will give you both last week's and this week's outcome between the three of us of who's more over. We'll start with the Gamorrean Guard versus Magna Guard, and then we'll go around the horn, and then we'll do Hoth versus Endor around the horn. So, who wants to take the first crack at Gamorrean Guard versus Magna Guard?
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go first. I'll keep it short and sweet. How can you not vote for droids who were solely programmed to not only be badass bodyguards, but to be able to go toe-to-toe with fucking Jedi? Yeah, man. I can't. The Gamorrean guards are fucking cool in their own like scruffy way and all that shit. They really didn't do shit, but the Magna Guard actually did more than the Knights of Ren. And based on that alone, they should win. So I'm going with Magna Guard.
Listen, the fucking Gamorrean Guard did more than Knights of Ren too. So
Yeah, they sure fucking did.
all right, so Magna Guard, awesome design, super interesting. But I think in certain respect, kind of took a little bit of the shine away from General Grievous when he was there, because they had a very similar look, a similar style, and you could have really took General Grievous and made him look a lot better by making him face the Jedi and him fight them and have just regular battle droids sitting inside there. To me, the Magna droids were like the Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder when they were edge heads to Edge, because they were look like Edge, they act like Edge, and they were basically Edge's heavies. Shout out to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. When they were with him, I spoke to Brian tonight. When they were with him, so kind of took a little bit away, a little bit of that luster away from him. Cool design, great fighters, but again, I think took a little away from Grievous, which made him less of a character. Now, the only thing I can say about the Gamorrean guards is that
Gamorrean,
is
not
that
Gamorrean. Gamorrean is what you get in high school.
You bring me George Lucas and you let him fucking do the pronunciation game with me, and then we'll fucking talk. Okay?
English, motherfucker.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Do you speak it?
Thank you, Cyril.
I think the Gamorrean guards were a little more versatile, because not only were they guards for Jabba the Hutt, but I'm sure as fucking shit that every once in a while, when the food supply was low and Jabba got a little hungry for some green bacon, he turned around and he turned to Bib Fortuna and he said, "Oh yeah." And Bib said, "Master, you want me to take Lenny out back and put the apple in his mouth, put the stick through his anus and mouth, and then spin him round the pit of raccoon that's currently on fire?" And made fucking green bacon out of a Gamorrean guard. So for me, shit. Just because they're twice as versatile, Gamorrean guard is moreover.
Okay.
I can't follow that, not even if I tried. So I'm just going to go with Gamorrean guards are over. I like their look better. It's a look that you can never forget. It sticks in the back of your mind, especially when you see the wet noses and the saliva dripping down their mouth. And I agree with Doc. I think the Magna Guard were just store knockoffs of Swap the Fig with Grievous. I think they took away from Grievous. Even though Grievous played the chicken shit heel to perfection, he didn't have much action when he could have. He just ran. The best that Grievous ever looked was in those cartoons that are not canon anymore. And a lot of people say that. But regardless of all that, to me, Gamorrean guards are over all day, every day. So, now.
But the people agree with me, my friend.
That's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and on the NFO, we don't knock you for it. So, like, even though Doc was saying he didn't want to do this because he didn't care about the fans, and I was protesting that we should do it. Let's do
talk about chicken shit heel.
Oh shit!
Let's talk about last week's the Battle of Hoth versus the Battle of Endor. Who's more over? Go ahead. Who wants to go first? I'll go first. I don't care.
Yeah, you go first. Go.
All right. I'm gonna pick Hoth, and the reason why Hoth is because it is monumental. How do you follow up the end of the greatest movie ever told or ever seen? New Hope. You blow up the Death Star. Darth Vader's stuck in limbo, spinning around like a gyro on a spit or a lamb on a spit on Greek Easter because of Han. How do we follow that up? Very simple. The Empire's pissed. The rebels are on the run. It says it in the crawl. They're hiding. They know they done fucked up. So what are they going to do? They go to the deepest, coldest place that they would never think they would go to. Trying to be
ex-wife's vagina.
Trying to be genius like the Greeks, but they got caught because of a probe droid. So, with all that being said, the fight, the introduction of the Wampa, the AT-ATs, the Tauntauns, the fact that Han Solo rides out and goes to save his friend, the appearance of the Force Ghost, the appearance of the Force pull for when Luke was pulling his saber out of the snow. These are all first-time staples, first-time occurrences in the Star Wars universe, in the lore of the galaxy far, far away, and are staples in the lore. And it all happened in the Battle of Hoth. The Battle of Hoth offered us a numerous amount of things, and it was done so well. Okay, even a little sexual tension, if you will, yeah, baby, between Han and Leia. What did the Battle of Endor give us? Sticks and stones and teddy bears.
Adhesia.
Adhesia. They did have the cool horn. That was cool, right?
Can I go next?
Yes, please, because Doc's not. He's too busy playing with Hank McCoy's Shaft again.
I'm just gonna say
a lot more action than a lot of us. Let me tell you.
I'm just gonna say what Papa Don said, and I'll also add Vader.
Doc, look in the camera.
I don't know, man. You're not a shy guy, man. There he is. Look at those eyes.
Look at that. Look at those hazel
Yeah,
eyes.
man. Yeah, brother Hoth, man. I'm with you 100%. I mean, I'm not gonna go and repeat everything you just said, but for all those reasons, brother Hoth, all day and night.
Brother.
Hey, brother.
Brother. Papa Don is 100% correct today. I completely 110% agree. The fact that not much happened in the Battle of Endor. Yeah, listen, do you count the whole Death Star 2 thing up in the sky with Vader and Palpatine as a Battle Hoth? Yeah, I guess, but not really.
On. Can I just interject for one second?
Always.
The Battle of Endor was good. Don't get me wrong. I liked it. You know, it was a metaphor about the Vietnamese War, the Vietnam War, where the Vietnamese actually had sticks and stones and AK-47s, and Charlie was hiding in the tree.
Ah, dude, I'm starting to have flashbacks. What? Turn forth. Pull up flank. Look out for Charlies up in the trees.
And all that stuff. And they were actually giving the U.S. Army a run for their money that was supposed to be such a dominant.
Wait a minute. Why? You know what? I don't want to flip the script here, but our government held us back on many occasions. Yes, we were fighting a different enemy, but we weren't, unconventional warfare was not new to us. It's been around since fucking way back, fucking centuries back. So our government held us back. But anyways, I don't.
Way back when I wore the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match.
Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match.
Anyway,
even way back.
Listen, all I'm saying is that to me, if the Battle of Endor was a 7, Hoth was a 10. You know what I mean? It was better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway,
I agree. Hoth. It's just that the whole snow backdrop was really, really awesome. And as a kid, I tried to recreate that so many times. I sat in my backyard when it snowed, took all my toys outside. Regardless if my hands were freezing off my body, it's the Battle of Hoth that I wanted to do because it was so much fucking fun and so exciting. Even though I didn't have an AT-AT. Shout out to the AT-ATs. Again, another first appearance, right? So many cool things happened. So many great things.
Snowspeeder too.
No, exactly. The whole whipping the fucking rope around the legs. It was so well written, so well done. It's a near perfect intro to the second Star Wars movie. It's the Battle of Hoth, all day, every day.
And they even used the same spot in Captain America's Civil War.
Yes, they talked about it, which is even better.
Hey guys, you ever seen that really old movie? Empire Strikes Back?
Jesus, Tony, how old is this guy?
I don't know. I didn't carbon date him. He's on the young side.
You know that part? Where they're on the snow planet? With the walking thingies?
You know what I'm saying? They didn't use any planned Endor spots in Civil War, but anyway.
Hey man, is it me or
Clever
does it
editing.
snow? Always clever fucking editing. But is it me or is it that every time you add snow to something, to a scene or to a franchise that's never gone there, it makes it that much fucking better?
It's dramatic, yeah. It adds
know?
it adds texture to the scene, in my opinion.
What other show had snow? Or franchise?
Well,
Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I know your people are brave. No one denies that.
You know nothing.
6 times.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Game of Thrones. You're right. Game of Thrones did have it. They had snow. I'm watching a lot of I'm watching a lot of snow gets snorted in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Great show. But can you asked him a question, you didn't let him answer.
My bad.
Peaky fucking Blinders. Oh.
I commandeer this stolen money by order of the Peaky Blinders.
No, well, you know what? A good example also is the fucking zombie genre. Feels like if you've seen one film, you've seen them all. But then they come out with that Nazi
Dead Snow.
Yes, Dead Snow, and that's actually a pretty good film, man. And I don't know if it's because they just added snow to it or what, but
and Nazi zombies.
And Nazi zombies.
Where's that movie on? I gotta check that out. Movie out. Is it on Netflix?
I got a copy.
Probably on Netflix, I think.
It used to be. I think I'm not sure if it's still on there.
Snow brought us Informer, right? Informer. I like it. Boom down.
Informer, you know, say that I'm a snowman, I go glam. I like you bum bum down. Take the man that say that I'm a snowman, stamp somewhere down the lane. I like you bum bum down. Informer, you know, say that I'm a snowman, I go glam. I like you bum bum down. Take the man that say that I'm a snowman, stamp somewhere down the lane. I like you bum bum down.
Anyway, let's go hit the emails from our fans, all three of them. Let's see. First email, Todd Santiago, which means
there he
whale's vagina. Oh my God. Really, dude? What? Okay. I don't get this guy. Hey, Chuchi, you getting high on your own supply? June 4th, he sends this email. Prequel trilogy versus sequel trilogy. Let's see, because I'm tired of fanboys. Blah, 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 blah. Put it to an end. Do it. Unless it's been done before, I can't remember. I'm glad I can write right now. LOL. Plus Doc's page 71 Kama Sutra next week. I'm intrigued. What's the next page? What the next page is? NFO for life. Oh, so he's giving us an idea. Prequels versus sequels.
Did we do that already?
I think we did. Not for over though. All right, whatever. Okay, well, he didn't answer the question, but he did offer us something, so maybe we'll touch base on that. Next one. Oh my God. Guys, get your popcorn. This is good. From Moises Sandoval, aka the 88th home.
Never heard of him.
Listen, guys. I think we should invest in some Tropicana stock after this. Listen to the title of this email. Don't cry, Iron Patriot. I wrote you a rap too. Okay. Jesus Christ. Let's see if I can do this some justice. Doc, you want to beatbox for me a little?
You need a beat, man. Go, do it.
Want to talk behind you?
Come on.
Want to talk behind the scenes like a Star Wars documentary? Let me start shit off like the logo of 20th century. Heard you crying to GGP, chewing off his earlobe. Wipe your tears with tissue, or hell, even use my Sith robe. Attack me, Patriot. It better be stronger than iron to kill, because this Latino like Pascal is covered in Beskar steel. Mexican jokes, okay, laugh it up, fuzzball. Let me cut you down to size like Obi-Wan did to Darth Maul. Tell me to stop if you can't handle it. I'll mop you up from Frisco to Los Angeles. Before I strike you dead, you better stop and check, because you're not an emperor. You're not an emperor. You won't resurrect. Remember, this is how it's won. I was taking a bantha shit on you, and now I'm done. Peace out, homeboys. Listen, all right. I'm laying the law down right now. Number one. That was very entertaining, very witty, as usual, homeboy. So kudos to you. But here's the deal. We at the NFO are here to get Star Wars more over with the fans. It's already over with the fans. Obviously, they wouldn't be watching the genre and they wouldn't be listening to the show. We're trying to get more over. Now, two things. One, we don't get ourselves over on Star Wars like some of these other websites that just do it so they can make money. That's not our stilo. Two, we hate the division in the fandom. We do not like it. We do not warrant it. We do not want it. And I'm pretty safe I'm speaking for the three of us. Am I correct? Correct. Okay.
You know what, man? I'm sorry. I want to know what's going on here.
I don't know what's going on, but this is what I'm saying. We do not want the NFL fans fighting amongst themselves over bullshit and shenanigans and tomfoolery and whatever the case may be. Case in point, we got 3 fans. If you guys are fighting with each other, we'll have 0 fans. So don't do it. Because if you guys continue this shit, I'll come down to each of your houses and I'll smack the shit out of each and every one of you guys with the back of my hand. I'll hit you so hard, homeboy, you go back to Ecuador. I don't care. And Iron Patriot, if you're complaining about something, I'll come down to wherever the hell you are, Frisco, wherever you're, and I'll smack the rice-a-roni out of your mouth, and I'll tell you to kiss my shoes and go say I'm sorry to Uncle Jesse while you're guzzling down oikos like you were working in West Hollywood. So stop it. Enough is enough. We do not want to hear this nonsense. We want unity among our fan base, the New Force Order fan base. If none of you guys out there, can keep up with the shenanigans that Homeboy 88 is doing, guess what? Step your game up. Don't hate the player. Look in the mirror and hate yourselves. On the other side, Homeboy 88, stop talking trash. Stop starting trouble, because I Am Patriot will run your ass over as you're selling oranges on the freeway. And then guess what? Finito la música, hermano. Nada más. Like Roberto Domen. So calm down. Anyway, now back to our regularly scheduled program. Unless you guys want to add something.
We can't take any sides here, you know, man. We fucking appreciate everybody, you know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if some people got mad because they felt a certain way about somebody else and how they operate. Listen, man, you know what? The ball is in your court. Obviously, you know, like my bros here, we don't need our only 3 fans fighting and arguing, and, you know, we don't need that shit. But if you feel that somebody else is maybe overdoing something, then you know what? You fucking also step up to the plate, entertain us. You know what I'm saying? But again, everybody's cool. You know, everybody can fucking get along, because it won't just be him coming down there to everybody's house. Trust me.
And for the record, Homeboy 88, I Am Patriot has not once ever complained about you to me at all. I've busted his chops on the Horseman podcast and even on this podcast, telling him to step up his game because he's not dropping the emails like he used to, and you kind of took over the throne. But guess what? You still have the Gilbeest of Tims right there with you. You still have the John Enrights right there with you. You still have the Holly Garlands right there with you. All our fans that like us and stay with us through thick and thin every week. We appreciate them. And then, you know what? I always say F the fans, fuck the fans. They don't count. Of course they count. Because without them, there is no new Force Order. So I'm just joking around. If you guys can't take that, go back to your safe space, do the world a favor, stop breathing. But regardless of that, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. That's all it is.
It's
The
a
show
joke,
is nothing
not
but
a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Exactly. But look, again, I said it to you, and I'm saying it again. We do not need this nonsense within the fandom. We want this show and this podcast to grow exponentially. If you guys don't work together behind the scenes as a cohesive unit, as a strong, solid fan base, then guess what? People are going to look at the show and say, look at these guys. They're all fighting amongst each other over the show. If they can't keep a bunch of fans in line over a single topic, then the show is the shits. So you're making us look bad. So all you people are in timeout right now, stop it. If we hear any more over the next week, we're putting an end to the NFL. We ain't doing the show no more. And that's word to bond, or whatever the fucking kids say nowadays.
My word is bond.
All right, next one.
These days, that was like 1925.
Who's moreover? Todd Santiago. Hi, NFL. This week I'm cutting it short and simple. Thank God. I'm going with the Gamorrean Guards. They're not the sharpest tool in the shed, but they always seem pretty loyal. Good point. The plus, I find their language intriguing. The way Luke Skywalker force-stroked two of them when we went to Jabba's palace was dope. Gamorrean Guards moreover. Thank you guys for your shows every week. NFO for life. See? You see? That was nice. Simple. Got the point across. He put over the NFO like everybody should. Maybe you should go buy some merch. Maybe buy a coffee mug. I don't know. Anyhow.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yo.
don't worry.
Hey, yo, Chooch, the coffee mug is back, bro. It's there if you want it.
Oh, look at this one. I guess this is a spam mail. Ayo pre-beats. Hey, fam, I'm giving away 5 free beats. You could use them for profit and release them on all platforms. Here's the links to 5 free beats. Let me know what you think of them. If you record something to it, share it with me. I definitely want to hear it. Stay safe. Pre my y'all. Movie music producer, artist. Check my work out here. YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. So I don't know. Oh, I don't know if this is legit or if this is some kind of spam email. But all right,
click it.
Cool.
Wait,
Click it and see what happens. It's gonna be a picture of that guy with his dick hanging over the bed.
Can I just say this? On top of the fact that we just gave this motherfucker free promotion, can we click on the link and see if it leads to actual beats? And using the beats, record one of us maybe farting or some shit and send it to him.
Here we go.
Like,
It did pop up. It did pop up. You got to put in your name and your email. You get 5 free beats now.
Put in your social security number too.
Yeah, right.
Tell him to go beat off, bro.
It's the prince, the Nigerian prince's cousin. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
The Gilbius of Tim with an email. Hey, NFL guys, this week I'm picking the Gamorrean Guards. I just prefer living creatures more than droids. Wow, he's just like Din Djarin. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a droid hater. Oh, sorry. I just like what I like. Well, Docs is the same thing all the time.
Nobody's judging, bro.
Exactly. I feel there is no risk feeding robots in a battle, but living creatures can die, so the stakes are higher. P.S. This is a shout out to the orange slinging homeboy 88. What do you call what do you call a Mexican Jedi apprentice?
I know the answer to this one already.
Shut up, Doc. Don't steal my thunder. What do you call a Mexican Jedi apprentice? A Padawan.
Oh shit, that was good actually.
Good.
Padajuan. NFO for life. All right.
Yo,
so we have one more email, but this is not for the air.
Yo, could we have fucking homeboy 88 record that rap and perform it? You know, maybe the fucking podcast can like spice things up by having the what do you call it, bro? The musical guest like fucking SNL does and shit, you know.
But only if Selena actually helps him on the backup vocals for the hook.
Did somebody fucking clone her or something? I mean, shit.
Come on, come on. It's a dime a dozen. Let's be serious.
All right, so that is our emails for this week. Who's more over? Listen, folks, we're working on something. We're gonna start this next week. So we were talking about it behind the scenes. First and foremost, you guys send us your responses to newforceorder@yahoo.com. That's newforceorder@yahoo.com. So, Doc, Spiro, we talked about this in the group chat. What we're doing is we're doing our first NFO Who's More Over pay-per-view. But you guys don't have to pay. So, we're going to call it Play-per-view. Okay? See what I did there? We're going to do King of the Wing. Not King of the Ring, King of the Wing. And what it's going to be for the next 3 weeks, we'll remind you guys to continuously vote. Get your neighbors, get your loved ones, get your family, your friends, your girlfriends, your gumas, get your boys, get your homeboys, 89 to 100 to all vote. Because what we're doing is we're comparing every single wing, the A wing to the B wing versus the U wing versus the Y wing versus the X wing. And then on the 4th week, we will use that as the main Who's More Over topic. And we will pick a winner and we'll review every single email that's recorded or sent in to us for this. We will read on air. So when you send us your email, in the subject line, put King of the Wing, WING. Not saying ring with a messed up speech impediment here. King of the Wing, and then stop. And then
they're in the ventilation shaft.
They've gone up the ventilation shaft.
And then we'll have a grand old time. We're going to build this up for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And on the 4th week, we're going to pay it off. Just like old school wrestling, where they used to build up to a pay-per-view and pay it off in the pay-per-view. This was going to be called a play-per-view. So all you players out there, all you people who want to partake and play in this little play-per-view, jump on board. It's the King of the Wing. What do you guys think? Yay or nay?
Yay.
Spirit, you're on mute.
Yay.
All right. So there we go.
I think the one who's going to win is going to be the buffalo chicken wing.
Might be the crossface chicken wing. Anyway, send your answers to any Who's More Over that we're going to have in the next 3 weeks, because we will have a separate Who's More Over, and to the King of the Wing, to newforceorder@yahoo.com. Newforceorder@yahoo.com. Doc, what's the email?
newforceorder@yahoo.com.
Spiro, email?
Can I say it too, guys?
Please.
It is Force Order New. No, it's newforceorder@yahoo.com. Let me say it one more time. newforceorder@yahoo.com.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have it there. We're trying to make this more interactive. We're giving you fucking scumbags and lazy people out there 4 weeks to send an email. We're trying something new. If we don't get a plethora of emails regarding this topic, if we don't get
cornucopia of emails,
if we don't get a tremendous amount of people to vote for this on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, so the polls are extremely large to the point where Doc is salivating from both sides of his mouth over all the polls.
like a Gamorrean Guard.
Like a Gamorrean Guard. Fucking well played. All right. If you guys don't partake, then we won't do it again. And we'll just keep doing what we're doing if we do it. But anyway, enough of the threats and the promises. You know, it's getting late. I'm in the mood for a snack. Doc, you in the mood for a snack?
I love
Besides
snacks.
chewing the fans' asses out?
I love snacks.
Speaking of chewing fans' asses out, I'm in the mood for a little bit of Kama Sutra, if Doc would be so kind to bless us.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
It's time to travel to a planet in the galaxy far, far away. The 69th planet to be exact. Grab your lightsaber, or maybe have a loved one grab it for you.
Oh my god.
Because it's time for Star Wars Kama Sutra. Oh yeah.
Listen, we are, slowly winding down on the Kama Sutra here. I'm going to have to buy the second one very shortly. We got 2 requests actually this week for Kama Sutra. Chuchi, he said, page 71?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we done page 71 for the Chooch. We did. 71 was Revenge of the prequels, Star Wars Strikes Back. So we did that one already. Let's see.
I thought that was 70.
Well, they crossed 2 pages. So
let's do 72.
Let's see what 72 is. How about this? I'm going to pick one because I got a request from our friend, the Sithstress, Holly Garland.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She wanted a very Sith. I think I found a good one, guys. A very Sith-filled Kama Sutra this week. She
because
the Emperor.
Because Sith do it best, baby.
She requested the Emperor, or she requested Vader or Kylo. So I got a good one here. This is called The Revenge of the Fist. Yep.
Oh boy.
And it stars Mace Windu. And you want to take a guess?
Jabba.
Emperor Palpatine. So here we have our friend the Emperor bending Mace Windu over it looks like a dresser with a mirror on it, and you can see Mace's reflection in the window. He does not look happy because the often cloaked Emperor Palpatine is shoving his fist up Mace Windu's ass, reenacting the AKA Revenge of the Fist.
How do we know they're not giving him a proctology exam?
Well, it's possible. It's hard to say because Mace Windu is wearing the soft goods robe, which is always a plus when you get an action figure, when they give you cloth as opposed to just the plastic that's molded. So we can't see what the Emperor's wearing underneath that soft goods robe, because maybe he's wearing a glove. It's quite possible that he's just doing Mace Windu a favor and examining his prostate or checking his colon for cancer, depending how far he goes up there. So this may just be a medical procedure, or he's fisting his asshole. The world will never know.
We never know.
And what's even better, I bet you that tingles if he does a little bit of force lightning up there too. So
he might electrocute the hamster. Anyway, that was painful. I don't know. Scruffy Nerf Herder has issues, brother. I'm starting to think.
Yeah, and he's I think it runs deep on that guy, and he writes dating profiles of people, which is even better.
Yeah, that's hilarious too, right?
Anyway.
Well, listen, I mean that's totally against social distancing, isn't that, Doc?
Yeah, that's definitely not 6 feet away. No,
more like 6 feet in.
Exactly. Right around the ligament of Trites, as they say in the business. That's my business, by the way. Anyway, did you guys ever wonder what Luke Skywalker was actually eating on Dagobah in The Empire Strikes Back when he was sitting with Yoda?
Souvlaki.
Souvlaki, yeah, exactly. I think, that was something that kept me awake at night sometimes, where I said to myself, I'd wake up in a deep sweat. I'm like, what the fuck was Mark Hamill actually eating in Dagobah? Well, apparently someone asked. And the gentleman that Mark Hamill is answered. And it wasn't Souvlaki. That stick he's eating that he just, that Yoda picks up and tries to snort and sniff and then Luke just throws away was just a sesame stick. And when Yoda gives him a plate inside the hut, it's filled in one portion of it with Tic Tacs. Now that's some Star Wars trivia for you. I know now I could sleep well at night. I don't know about you guys.
I'm not gonna front. When I was younger, I wanted to know exactly what that stick was. I'm like, what the hell is he eating? Who eats sticks? Like, what is that? Never once did I even think it was a breadstick, a Stella D'oro breadstick or sesame stick. But it makes perfect sense.
For some reason, when I was little, I pictured a TV dinner. I don't know why, but anyway.
Well, I think it was a tray that he had brought it to him on because it looked like that typical shitty TV dinner tray.
Yeah.
I miss those things, man. Those were really fantastic.
Yeah. Man, Hungry Man's out now. Those are good.
Listen, I didn't realize though the bowl of soup or whatever that Yoda gave him was Tic Tacs. That's weird. Why would it be Tic Tacs, not liquid?
Well, I don't think it was a bowl of soup. I think there was a plate they had passed around at some point. That's the one that had the Tic Tacs. I don't think it was in the bowl.
Oh, wasn't when he went back to Yoda's crib?
No, because they showed him a photo. They showed a photo of it where it was like a tray of some shit, and it was Tic Tacs. Who knows? I don't know. Too deep in the fucking woods for me, brother. I could have died without figuring that one out. I don't know.
You really didn't want. You really didn't. When you were young, you really didn't care.
Listen, you know what I thought it was? I thought it was that turd that fucking Bill Murray eats in the middle of Caddyshack. He pulls it out of the pool.
The candy bar.
It's just a Baby Ruth. It's just a Baby Ruth.
Here it is.
Ah!
It's no big deal.
Ah!
All right. Well, I mean, okay. I guess that's what constitutes for news on a slow week. But
yeah, exactly. Also, another piece of news that came out is that there may be points to who Rey's grandmother may be.
Oh, you taking that, huh? Okay,
Taking
go ahead.
that one. So there's a little article written that potentially one of the possible suitors for the Emperor was his companion that we saw a few times during I think she was in Revenge of the Sith as well as Attack of the Clones. The bald-headed chick with the popped collar.
Sinead O'Connor?
Exactly. Whose name was Sly Moore. And apparently she was from some race that had like some psychic powers, and people were postulating that she would make a good companion and a good, side piece to Emperor Palpatine because he could use the powers that she has for specific things. And she may be Rey's grandmother, but maybe not genetically because we know that the kids were cloned from Palpatine, but they may have been secretly married. Who the fuck knows? She also pops up during the opera scene where, again, he tells Anakin, the path to the dark side is filled with many unnatural, but whatever. So that's rolling around the interwebs this week about potentially that her being the grandmother. Does it matter? Again, I don't know. There's not a lot known about her. So if they're trying to expand characters and try to get things out there, as they frequently do, especially the clickbaiting websites.
But are they saying that the theory that these people are presenting is that in order to make a clone, you still need an egg to fertilize in order to make the clone?
I don't think that's specifically what it is. I think they're just saying that, like a grandmother in spirit because she was married to Palpatine and not actually genetically a grandmother.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess...
Again, speculating.
I guess that's news. I don't know. Look, if you were married to Palpatine, would you be all close to his raisin face ass and probably raisin body, or would you be keeping your distance, Doc? Distance. Doc.
Distance. Speaking of distance.
What a segue.
Apparently, a
Doc,
portion of
social distance.
Yes, I'm trying to. Apparently,
are we distancing socially here?
I tried to. It's like the fifth time I'm trying to
apparently,
with the fucking
apparently, there's been a portion of the Disney shopping plaza, Disney Springs, that has reopened in Orlando, Florida. And the smart intelligent, witty people who work at Disney decided to kind of go with the times and flow a little bit and change the voice modulators and the things that the stormtroopers who patrol the area, which I think is a great idea, by the way, much like a Galaxy's Edge, say to people as they walk by. So there was like, I don't know, a 15-minute video that surfaced on the internet with an article attached to it that now stormtroopers are enforcing social distancing during the coronavirus pandemic at the reopened Disney Springs. They stand on top of a platform or walk around and yell at people who are not standing 6 feet apart from each other, and people who don't have any masks on, and people who are breaking the rules of social distance to keep people healthy. I thought it was funny. I thought it was timely. I thought I'll give Disney a little slow golf clap because I think it's interesting. Well done, Disney. Well played. Way to be on top of the ball. Again, slow news week.
Oh, God. All right, so something just came across my desk saying from an inverse, this Snoke theory could fix the plot, the Skywalker's, Rise of Skywalker's biggest Palpatine plot hole. So they're saying even though Snoke is easily the worst Star Wars villain, and yet he's also the greatest Star Wars villain because we all can't stop talking about how cool he could have been. So according to them, according to the lack of the backstory and him just saying that Palpatine made Snoke wasn't good enough. He said over on Reddit, there's a person suggests that Snoke's true origin can all be wrapped up in the Force gods of Mortis, introduced in the famous Season 3 Mortis arc, episodes 15, 16, and 6 and 17, episodes Overlords, Altar of Mortis, and Ghost of Mortis. Briefly, 3 episodes create a metaphysical and almost literal explanation of how the Force gets balanced and unbalanced. There were 2 beings, the sons and the daughter, being held in check by the father. The father was, in theory, keeping the balance in the Force, and in these episodes, he straight up asked Anakin to take his place, which, of course, would fulfill the prophecy that Anakin will bring balance to the Force. Spoiler alert, Anakin does not take it, does not do it, and the son, the dark side god, is eventually killed by Anakin, but not before the daughter and the father die too. Anakin specifically kills the son. What the new Snoke theory proposes is that what if the son didn't die and was later reborn as Snoke? The son being Snoke would certainly explain his experience too, and the explanation for his survival could be that he absorbed the remains of his father's life force to keep him living in... fuck this. Sorry, guys. This is all wishful thinking nonsense. My bad.
Well, I think it's a cool theory. I mean, it could definitely easily tie together and give Snoke a little bit of shine and bring him as a character that's already well established in the lore and a character that would make sense for him to be. Yeah, is it necessarily true? No, but listen, everybody likes to speculate. Is that responsible speculating? Nah, but listen, every once in a while you got to kind of reach the deep end and see what's going on over there. So whatever, it's fine. It's an interesting theory, not true, but cool nonetheless.
Am I the only one here who now hates the fact that Snoke ended up being a fucking clone?
No, I don't like it either. I'm with you.
But he wasn't a clone. He was made. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was a clone and he had dark force powers, right? He shot lightning, he was able to use the force. That means his body could sustain the dark side of the force. So why couldn't Palpatine just essence jump into Snoke? Because he was living on that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is he was living off that machine because his body couldn't sustain. It was breaking down because of the dark side power. They couldn't find a clone that could do so. The only clone that actually survived it and wasn't bad was one that didn't have any force abilities at all. So, and that ended up being Rey's father. But regardless of all that, if he was a clone, then he could have just went in his body but he didn't. He decided to stay in the disheveled, crippled old body that was hooked up to that machine, and it wouldn't have made any sense. I just think that I haven't explained it. Anyway, let's not go down this route.
I mean, it didn't look like Snoke was such in great shape to begin with anyway. I mean, it looked like the guy just got extubated for coronavirus. He looked like shit. So could it be that Emperor didn't want to jump into his body because it wasn't much better than the one he was already in?
But that was walking around without being on a machine. This guy was on life machine. You know what I'm saying? Why would you still live in a life machine when you can just, why not keep cloning Snoke over and over again? And as soon as that body's about to kick, you jump into the next clone and so on and so forth. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think I just figured out that the Emperor is an analogy for Walt Disney himself, since we all know that his head is frozen somewhere in the fucking archives of Disney, and he's going to be jumping from Kathleen Kennedy to now Dave Filoni and Johnny Fabs.
We'll see. I mean, look, I'll tell you one thing for sure, though. All the speculation doesn't constitute too much, because unless they decide to re-release Rise of Skywalker with more additional footage, or AKA the JJ cut, sorry guys, it's getting late here. We will never know. But listen, something that did come out, and I want to get Spiro's take on this. There's an unaltered theatrical cut of A New Hope, Star Wars from 1977, where it's 97% unaltered from the original theatrical cut, as close as it could be to the actual 35 millimeter, which came out in 1977, and it's in 4K right now. It's called Project 4K77. Hello Greedo, fellow Star Wars YouTuber, decided to share light on the situation. So I know what you people might say. Well, what's the big deal? We get it now, 4K. It's all cleaned up. There's no scratches on it. It's all digitized. It looks much better. It's better sound effects, special edition add-ons, yada, yada, yada. So from a layman, a fan, to a person who's worked behind the camera, an artist like yourself, what is the relevancy of an unaltered version of the original theatrical cut? What does that mean to a director or to you?
Let me tell you something. Anybody who fucking questions the significance of this is not a fucking Star Wars fan. We're talking about an unaltered original cut, unaltered cut. Okay, an unaltered cut of fucking Star Wars A New Hope in 4K. Do these people not understand that this is a fucking treasure? Now, there are some fucking drawbacks here. Okay, visually, it's going to be beautiful to look at. The drawback is, what are they going to print this on? Because I'm imagining a file size from fucking hell. Do you know anything about that? Is it going to be digital download? Is it going to be on some disc or something?
Supposedly, if you go to their website,
Betamax.
Yeah, they trash. If you go to their website, hold on, let me pull up the website address. Bear with me. Let's see. No. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I believe the website. God damn it.
Hey, but you know what? I actually heard something about this. I heard there were, there was gonna be. Did they mention something about like film grain? Is this film grain original film grain, or is this gonna be something that they're gonna add to it to give it that effect?
I hope they're not gonna put a filter on it. That would suck.
No, it's unaltered. 97%. I can't even get onto the website. But I believe the website is hold on a second. Something's going on here. It is
Ain't it cool news?
The Star Wars trilogy. The
Mike
Star
Zero.
Wars. No, fuck no. The Star Wars Trilogy.com. So you guys can probably download it from there or find out how to get it from that. I don't know if they could release it. They don't have the license to release it. If it is,
Disney will sue them up their asshole.
Oh, forget it. They can't make money off of it. But what I'm asking to you, you release a movie. This is your vision. It's unaltered from the original state. It gets changed, digitized, whatever. Music gets added on, scenes get added on, it changes, whatever. It evolves. Releasing this original cut, how important to you is it artistically to have that in the universe?
All right, so we're gonna get George Lucas's final cut, right?
No, his original cut from '77.
Bro, okay. I don't know how Disney would feel, but if I was the creator of this, even though I'm probably gonna be fucked out of some fucking money, the artist in me would be like, fuck yeah, man. I want to see this shit done. I want to see it out there. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I have a feeling this is going to be something that's not going to last long unless Disney sends them some kind of an order to halt this shit. So if this goes up and you have the opportunity to download it, do it, man. It's going to be a fucking treasure.
How'd they get this is the question.
I don't know. I mean, I would tell you go to the YouTube and type in "Hello Greedo" to find out the story. I watched the video. I totally forgot because life came into play, and I don't have the attention span to remember all that nonsense. But it's a short video. It's maybe a couple minutes long. You guys can check it out. Whatever. I mean, I'm happy watching Star Wars the way it is now. The guy's like, this is the only way to watch it, the true way, the way it originally came out. Yada yada yada. Okay. Sure, no problem. Whatever. I mean, I guess it's just like we say. We don't crucify anyone for their opinion. That's an opinion, great. I was just curious from a director's point of view how important it is to have the original rendition out. So I just wanted to get Spiro's take on it.
Well, is this something George wants out there?
No, probably not. Probably not, dude. Because he wouldn't have the special editions then.
Yeah, so then I guess I would probably be a little bit pissed off then.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about being pissed on the way Doc's like it, I'm kidding. Doc, I think it's time for us to review some toys. What do you think?
Oh, are we going to go down the pathway of my favorite segment of the show?
Yes. Boats and Hose.
Boats and Hose.
Drinking sangria, nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. You won't go down cause my dick can float.
Oh, I wish we did Boats and Hose. That would be a totally different show. Anyway, is it time for TaTOYoine? TaTOYoine.
Yes, sir.
TaTOYoine.
The Star Wars Power of the Force Collection. The biggest ships for the biggest battles. Now, in the sleek X-Wing fighter, as Rebel hero Luke Skywalker, you experience the real movie sounds of spaceflight. Your mission free Han Solo from the clutches of Darth Vader and bounty hunter Boba Fett. Now you have Imperial scout troopers on their speeder bikes. And massive scout walkers to deal with. Are the X-Wing's laser cannons enough to free Han Solo? Now you have the power. The Star Wars Power of the Force Collection. Figures and vehicles each sold separately from Kenner.
TaTOYoine.
Oh, boys, my favorite. So listen, finally, we I get to complete my Star Wars Black Series Empire Strikes Back collection. So
That matters to you, right?
100% wandered off into Target a couple of weeks ago actually now, and Target had the rest of the Black Series that I needed to complete my training. So Series 1 we had seen already, right? That was going to be Luke, Yoda, Luke Bespin, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Yoda, and who was the fifth one on that one? Was it R2? It was R2. I think it was R2. But now I've collected the rest of them, which it was the AT-AT. That's my bad. That's who it was. So the other 5 or 6 of them are out now, which is Very excited for it because they have some of my favorite figures in them now. Number one is the AT-AT pilot. You can see I have all my big old star cases over here. So sorry, the TIE fighter pilot. The AT-AT pilot was in the previous one. Here's the TIE fighter pilot.
Well, AT-ATs don't have pilots. They don't fly, dude.
They have drivers. All of his
just like Kylo Ren in his X-wing.
Yes, and all of his black glory here. Again, this is a rehash of the original TIE fighter pilot that they put out at least twice already, but it comes on the sleek new card, which looks very, very beautiful. Vintage. This is one of the few ones that actually doesn't have a face on it of the person. It has the actual TIE fighter on it, just like the original one did. So there's no, mask of the TIE fighter pilot, which is kind of odd. They should have actually included it because it's a very interesting and iconic mask. So that is the Imperial TIE Fighter. Again, it has the Empire Strikes logo, back logo here. It's got the holographic foil logo up on top over here, which indicates the 40th anniversary. If you look on the back, it gives you the other ones in Wave 2, which we'll talk about shortly. And again, to give it as much throwback as possible, it has that old school Kenner logo on the bottom that we all know and love and have seen many, many times in our childhood. Finding these guys in the vintage line, the original vintage line, perfectly mint is very, very difficult. I picked one up at Comic-Con in New York.
You went to Comic-Con?
Last year in New York for like $25. Looked pretty good. It was very, very minimally scuffed up. But again, the problem with them is their symbols at the helmet. They always kind of wear off.
So you went on Sunday, right? Because we were there Saturday. We didn't see you.
Luckily enough, I was able to go on Sunday because some jerk off lost my fucking pass.
Goddamn Melvin Alvarez told him.
I was just gonna ask you, man, how the fuck did you go if you lost your pass?
Fucking prick bastard. Number 2 in this line is going to be one they never released as a vintage figure, but they went back. They're doing this frequently now. They're re-releasing vintage style figures on the cars of ones they never did before. This is R2-D2. He was definitely released, but not this version here. It was a few R2-D2s. The Sensorscope R2, which you twisted his head and the little, sensor popped up. This one actually does that. This one actually does that as well. You can see he has got his little Sensorscope that pops up on there.
The other because of Dagobah.
Exactly. The other R2 they released in the vintage collection was the lightsaber the pop-up lightsaber one, which is super expensive. It's probably like $300-400 on the secondary market right now, especially if you have the original lightsaber that came with it that pops up in the air that is green, and is shaped differently than the other lightsabers they released. But this one is the Dagobah R2-D2, and he comes in the weathered packaging there. He's all kind of filthy and dirty. He's got all mud on the bottom of him over there. He's got kind of splatters and flecks and specks all over the place.
Just the way you like it.
Exactly. The hood is all kind of... He could have been a little more dirtier if you look at the picture versus the figure. The picture's a lot more dirtier. I actually made one of these as a custom one time for the 3 3/4 line because they never released one. It was fun to do. A couple greens, a couple browns, mix it up. And there's a cool little trick that you can do if you want to get that splatter effect. You basically take your paintbrush, you load it up, and then you flick it like this, and it shoots the splatter. Exactly, like the bean. It shoots the splatter on there. You could also use a toothbrush and just kind of brush it with the paint on there, and it splatters all over the place.
Where did you get that? You stole that spot from Bob Ross?
Yes. I made happy little trees the whole time I was doing it. So that's R2-D2. Next up, we have our buddy. Well, what do we have here? You can't have an ESB line without Lando Calrissian. And here's our boy Lando.
I like that figure.
Here's our boy Lando. If you can get close up on his face over there, you can take a look. They did the face print technology on Lando. He looks better than ever. Looking all pimpish. His mustache is nice and faded out.
Those are 6 figure inches?
6 inches, just the way you like it, buddy.
I like that cape.
These are the big ones.
Me too.
The cape is the pimp cape. It's got the inside gold trim, the outside blue. He comes with his blaster. He also comes with that little communicator that he was talking to his boy Lobot with. He's got the picture on the side where they first landed on Bespin. You got a lot of nerve coming here, you old scoundrel. He's got his bell bottoms on the across the top of it. Look at this. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with a bell bottom caped out, pimped out Lando. They released this figure previously before, but the head really looked like shit. The head on this one is spot on perfect. It's got.
I may ask you to pick that up for me, dude.
That's and the whole 9 yards. Lando's the man. If I find another one, I'll let you know. Okay, next up is this one. Hoth Rebel Soldier. We talked about the Battle of Hoth.
Next.
Generic Rebel Soldier. He looks pretty cool. He's got the scarf that goes across his face on the side over there. He comes with his blaster, his rifle. He comes with his backpack. You can see it on the side. I had a bunch of these when I was a kid because you needed a bunch of these to kind of stick around in the snow. The Luke Hoth that they made was actually pretty cool. The scarf that comes out of his helmet was articulated, and you could actually flip it upside down, so you could hang him upside down. The scarf would hang upside down with him, so it not defy gravity when you had it. This one was supposed to, I think, come with 3 different faces, but it didn't. I don't know why it did not. They may be saving that release for the 3 3/4 line. But this was supposed to be like the most speculated to be the most popular one out of all of them because people wanted a troop build. But in reality, I've seen him almost the most on the shelves, so I don't think people really give a shit about the generic Hoth.
That's what we call a peg warmer.
Exactly. Yeah, this guy knows that over there. And you can see the card art over there. Looks
I
pretty
got
dope.
a question to ask you. Are all those rebel jabronis all the same white guy? There's no girls, there's no black guys, there's no Asians, nothing
So there's
like that?
no girls.
But allegedly there were girls in the trenches.
Yes, there were girls. Yeah, we read that last week. There were girls in the trenches. So there's no girls. But if you look at across the 3 3/4 line, and also some of the 6-inch line, there have been minority representation inside of the troopers. So the 2 Bespin guards that they released in the very early vintage line in 80, one was an Asian guy with a Fu Manchu mustache, and one was a black dude. So they released actually 2 different ones, and the molds are slightly different. So they're actually 2 different figures of the Bespin guard, which they didn't have to do, but they did. In the Return of the Power of the Jedi, in 90s, 2000 ones, they did release a few Endor troopers that were African American. They had recently in the Black Series line, one of the Force Awakens characters, which was like one of the guards, was also black too. So they've had a little mix of the minorities in the Star Wars toy universe, which is a nice thing. So I don't believe they did any Puerto Ricans at any point except the Jimmy Smiths. So we get screwed as usual. Anyway, moving on to my favorite figure of the whole line.
Let's be fair.
Yes.
If you guys had a bunch of Puerto Ricans, they wouldn't be hanging out at Hoth.
Yeah, they wouldn't be working either. They should put them in the cantina.
You can't wear chanclas in the snow, bro. You get frostbite.
It's true. This is true. And they would come with them to throw it at people like Grandma did. Chuck it chanclas.
Like abuela. Whoosh.
Here's another figure that was never released in the vintage line. They released a Luke X-Wing on the vintage line, but they never released a Luke in the Hoth Rebel Speeder in the original line. There's the difference. The difference is actually fairly significant. If you look at the costume, the gloves are different. The gloves are black in the X-Wing. They're gray on this one. The boots are also black. They're gray in this one. The boots are also a little bit different style. I'm looking at my Luke up on the shelf right now that I got. The jacket is actually tucked out on this one, and it's a little more puffy. And around the neck, he has that hood that kind of, would be able to be pulled up and covered, and also kind of cover his neck as well, which they don't have that one on the X-Wing as well. So
how about you grab the X-Wing when we compare it?
I could do that. It's on my shelf right now. I don't want to pull it off because it's going to make a ton of shit.
Never mind.
It's nailed to the wall right now. I don't want to pull it off.
Okay. Thanks for committing to the show, Doc. I appreciate it.
You know what?
I'm just joking with you, bro. I'm busting your chops. I'm kidding. Oh God, he's so sensitive. Such a sensitive little flower.
The white portion of the vest is a little bit smaller on the X-Wing. The belt is significantly different. He has his little bandoleros, which he has, on this leg over here, on the left leg, on the right leg on the other one. He doesn't come with a blaster. He comes with a lightsaber on both of them. And that's about it. The orange is also a little bit different. It's a little more brighter orange on the Hoth one and a little less bright on it's a little more muted on the X-Wing one. But this is the Hoth Luke Snow Speeder version, which I think is awesome. The helmet does come off.
Oh, it does?
Take it off. It does come off, yes. Which is pretty dope. This is my favorite one. So that's Tatooine, boys. I did those specifically so I could put those on the wall. Thank God.
Do you own a next week costume that you can dress up in?
I actually do own an X-Wing costume.
Jesus Christ, do you really?
I do. I
Did you
actually
make it yourself, or did you buy it?
I made it. So I bought the helmet. It was from Ruby's, but I made the whole costume myself. My good friend of mine, Dr. Dave Shapiro, who's a trauma ICU surgeon in Connecticut. When we were in med school, we went to a Halloween party, and the both of us were big Star Wars marks. And we sat in my office in my 3-bedroom apartment in Connecticut when I was a medical student. That cost $600 a month, and fabricated the costume ourselves. We bought orange jumpsuits, and we actually had the chest piece. I wired it with lights. I, went to Radio Shack, got the batteries, put them in, and you could flick the toggle. Had toggle switches on there. We had all kinds of fucking things. It was pretty dope, and the both of us went as X-Wing pilots. And I was very svelte in medical school, like I am right now. So I was Luke Skywalker, and my buddy Dave was, let's just say, he looked more like a Gamorrean Guard, and I nicknamed him Porkins. Well, yeah, he was not happy about that, but
well, do you still got the costume?
I do still have the costume. I have actually all of my costumes that I've actually made and used at Comic-Con or Halloween, so I do have the costume.
Can you dress up? Can you put it on and take a picture for the fans?
I could do that. How about I do a whole show dressed in my X-Wing costume?
Sure, why not?
It's almost 20 years old at this point. It actually is 20 years old, probably. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Well, it works, right?
That's Tatooine this week, boys.
Very cool, Doc. Very cool. I really like that Lando fig, dude. Very cool.
He's dope.
Listen, Screen Rant just dropped an article that Spiro shared with us. I don't know if I want to read it, but the Clone Wars and Mandalorian stole the same 7 samurai plot. The Mandalorian's debut season featured an episode entirely influenced by the 7 samurai, but Clone Wars was the first Star Wars TV series to do so. Both The Mandalorian and Star Wars Clone Wars borrowed heavily from the plot of the 7 samurai for certain episodes. Released in late 2019, The Mandalorian proved to be an early Christmas present for fans, delivering a debut season largely comprised of gripping and standalone adventures, both in spirit and visual design. The Mandalorian executed the aura of classic Western movies, with Mando himself as the heroic renegade gunslinger, riding into strange towns, paying homage to its roots. Mandalorian is packed with Western references and allusions, nodding towards the films such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Fistful of Dollars, and Shane. By far the most overt of the Mandalorian's Western references comes in Episode 4, The Sanctuary. This effort sees Din Djarin take Baby Yoda to the backwater planet of Sorgan in an attempt to lie low from the Empire and Din's disgruntled bounty hunter colleagues. There, the iconic pair meet the former rebel named Cara Dune to take up on residence. And it's boring. Sorry, Doc.
Yes, yeah,
Fuck.
right, Doc. I don't. Man, you know what, man? When I shared that with you, I was sharing it as an example of the type of stories that we shouldn't cover. But dude, like lately, like this past two years, man, I feel like one of the sources that we go back to over and over again, Screen Rant, they've been getting lazy, man. They've been making sort of these Captain Obvious type of fucking articles. Listen, man, this is something that everybody knows. Everybody knows where George Lucas got his inspiration from to make Star Wars, Westerns, the old samurai films. And if you've been paying attention to Mandomania, where we go out and we watch Disney Galleries, The Mandalorian, for those that don't watch it, and we tell them what's going on, you would know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are also drawing inspiration from that. And we mentioned this on Mandomania. They're not drawing inspiration from Star Wars per se, but from what inspired Star Wars. So this isn't any news. This isn't anything new, any information that a true Star Wars fan doesn't already know.
Agreed. I think it's kind of a waste of an article. It's we're aware. Thanks.
Well, slap me and call me Susan. I'm sorry I had to bore you. You had to leave.
As the nurses used to do to me when I was a resident, they used to write in the chart, MD aware. It was like the biggest fuck you to us all the time.
Why is that a fuck you, MD?
Because like the patient decompensated. We did this. MD aware. It was the ultimate cover your ass kind of thing they used to do to us. It was basically a backhand go fuck yourself.
So
nursing language.
Not only do you get wrestling lingo, you get doctor nurse lingo. Maybe we should do a segment. Who's MD aware? What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else? Anything else?
MD aware of the week.
There we go.
Or something.
Anything else you guys want to add?
Not much out there, man. This was a very slow news week.
All right, then. Let's go home.
You can find me at Dr. _Destroyo. DESTRROYO. Graham of Insta. Alex Arroyo, MD on Twitter. Alex Arroyo on Facebook.
You can find me on Instagram, Spiro_A, as well as Darth_Spiridon. Also, you can find me, I want to say every week, but not every week. But this week, after a 2-week hiatus, I finally dropped another Rational Rage gem. It was something short and sweet. This week, we're going to have some people that know a thing or two about guns on, and we're going to talk about home defense and, advise you people, especially you newly, those of you who are now two-way lovers. But other than that, that's it, guys.
You can find me at Greek Papadon on Twitter, Demetrius Papadon on Facebook, Greek Papadon on Instagram, Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek Papadon. On my Pro Wrestling Tees store, you can buy your Greek Papadon wrestling t-shirts. My YouTube channel, please go subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell. Greek Papadon. You can see my matches, my promos. You can catch me tomorrow, 7:15 on Twitch, where the Conspiracy Horsemen, myself, Ben Han-Min, Stevie Richards, Big Sal Graziano, 4 pro wrestlers who talk about questioning the narrative, self-enlightenment, and conspiracy theories. Most importantly, you can find the 3 of us collectively on Twitter at NFO_podcast, New Force Order on Instagram, official New Force Order on Facebook, the website where you can get merchandise, catch all the archive shows, catch up with the New Force Order is newforceorder.com. That's newforceorder.com. And the email is newforceorder@yahoo.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving us your time, your ears, and your eyes this week. We try to make the most of a slow news week, and we hopefully entertained you, got a few laughs, got you to smile, got you to drool a little over the great toys that Doc presented, got you to cringe because Mace got fisted up the wazoo by old Papa Shivi Palps. But regardless of all that, thank you for joining us again. And remember, you dumb sons of bitches, no fighting amongst you guys, because we're not doing this to cause division among the masses. We're trying to bring you guys together and get Star Wars more over with you. So that's courtesy of the New Force Order.
For life.
And that's just too sweet.
Henceforth, you shall be known as the New Force Order.